Welcome back to my channel.
I'm dead, y'all. I done fell out. I'm dead. I'm back alive, bitch.
Today, we are going to be making some clown drawings. I wanted to do like all four in one video, but then I realized that wasn't doable because these two that I'm going to show you today took a really long time. But we're going to have fun with it and we're just going to do it. I have my sketchbook right here and we're going to start it. Bye. I should probably explain why I chose clowns of all things to draw. It's because my typical style, it's very just like pretty ladies in pretty dresses, and I wanted to do something that was out of my comfort zone. And what's the opposite of pretty ladies? Clowns. So we're doing clowns.
Hey, clown. Jester, you have done it again. Constantly raising the bar for the circus and doing it foolishly. I'd say I'm surprised, but I know who you are. I've seen it up close in person.
I accidentally filmed the first part in time-lapse, so I don't really have any details of this. But this fringe that I'm doing right now, it's hideous. I wish I didn't add it because, if anything, it just made it a lot busier, and I don't think it was needed. I decided to go with this diamond pattern because I wanted to include something else with the clowns to make it seem like a full collection. So I wanted to do like the suits of cards. You know, there's like spades and like diamonds and hearts and stuff. And I just implemented that into the drawing. For this first drawing, I decided to do a circus tent because there are going to be whole like circus of clowns because they're clowns. And I included all this beading just so it could look nice. I didn't want to sketch all the lines in for the circus tent, so you can see here that I'm just using a pencil tip to measure out and then just go with it with my lining pen. For the main skirt part, I decided to do a kind of lower drop down skirt, I guess, because I thought that a high-waisted one, it would remove a lot of the silhouette. And also, a circus tent, it's just a lot of clothes, and it's really easy to have, like, someone get swallowed up in that amount. For this drawing, I wanted to keep it really cohesive and simple, so I'm using the same few patterns. I have the lines, and I have the diamonds, and that's kind of all we used. And now that I'm finished lining, I'm just erasing it. It looks really, like, violent, but when you slow down, it's just like I'm just erasing the pencil. I always hate erasing the sketch because I'm scared that something's gonna smudge or I'm gonna rip the paper, and also the drawing just looks bad. Like, it just looks terrible. It looks like a coloring book drawing, and a lot of the details that it once had look a lot simpler, and the face is just, it's just terrifying, really. I hate looking at it. You also tend to notice a lot of mistakes. Things like missing jewelry, missing lines that aren't straight, patterns that aren't correct, just a lot of details that are wrong. And I'll always try to fix them, but sometimes I just have to like let it go and just keep drawing. And after all that, I finally get to color the drawing. I thought I was slick using my phone to like search up reference photos for clowns, but you can really see it. It's terrible. This color pencil was not doing anything, but I wanted to go with a kind of more simple, more like pretty version of a clown, more blended out and just less harsh and scary looking. I'm honestly terrified of clowns. Like, I kind of hate them. I think they're scary. I think it's because like I always used to watch those like 2016 videos of like creepy clowns at night, and that terrified me. It's because of it, really. Oh, I'm trying to show off my sharp pencil. Ooh, wow. I've been using this same like duck pencil sharpener for a while. I got it from this store a while ago, and I don't know why the camera's not focused. But one thing at a time, I guess. And now my head's in frame. Just mistake after mistake, I guess. But going back to the unfocused drawing, I'm using a lot of reds and pinks and purples, and I wanted a contrast between the neck and the face paint. For the sleeves, I kind of wanted to do this like translucent, like toolish fabric, I guess, because there's a lot of clothes on and I needed some parts of the skin to show through, so that way like it didn't look like you're just looking at a pile of clothes. Same thing with the legs. I had a lot of the legs exposed, so you could see that there's still a person under there. This is gonna sound weird, but honestly, legs have kind of always been one of my favorite parts of drawings, because I feel like it's just such a major like selling point of models now is how long their legs are, and I think I translate that into my drawings. I was trying to be like really careful with this diamond pattern because I knew I was gonna have to replicate it with the same exact colors. Originally, you can see I used this like tan color for the in-betweens because I wanted the whole drawing to be a lot lighter. But I very soon realized that there was really no dark parts of the drawing, and I really needed the contrast between the darks and the lights of this. So that's why I added the black, just so that I kind of have a darker color in the mix. To shade the sides, I just kind of use this like dark brownish. I didn't want to go with a black to shade because I knew that it was going to turn the whole drawing a lot more gray. And speaking of that duck pencil sharpener, this is him. I feel like he needs a name. He kind of looks, I was going to say Donald, but that's like, I feel like that's copyrighted. So we're not going to do Donald. We're going to do like Tabitha. His name's Tabitha. The name Tabitha to me, it just gives very like old lady, like come here, like let me bake you like a pie and it'll taste like shit, but you'll be so happy that I made you this pie that you won't say anything. Sometimes I feel like old ladies cooking, it's not that good, but it's like, how do you tell someone that like, yeah, your cooking sucks? But no one does that. That's so mean and just so nasty and just so like rotted. Around her neck, I added this like choker, like puffy thing. I wanted it to match like the kind of like folds and the puffiness of other parts, like the sleeve and the middle of the bodice with all the like folding in it. With her hair, I made it black because there was nothing dark on the top of it, and I needed to translate some more of the darkness into her color scheme. For this headpiece, I used the same like stripe material that I used all around it, and I'm also including this kind of gold rim around it, but I knew that I would have to put this gold somewhere else into the drawing, so I was just keeping that in mind the whole time. This hat, it's kind of reminding me of like those like Asian rice worker hats. My mom loves those. I like them too, but it's like I don't really like walk around every day wearing them, you know. As promised, I'm putting that gold in other places of the design, making sure that's well spread out and that it evens out all the gold on the top. And I'm doing the exact same pattern of the colors of the diamonds. I'm using black, this like reddish brown, and this regular red. And I'm trying to use the black color pencil to kind of add some like texture and make it seem like it's draped across. Some people like they kind of hate on Crayola, but it's cheap, there's a lot of colors, and I just kind of like it. It's really simple to use and it's really easily accessible. I've tried other brands, but it's just like it's a lot of money for a small selection. But if it was for free, I'd definitely try it. Right now I'm working on the trim of the circus tent, and I matched it with the shoes. You know, matchy, very nice. I was actually so happy when I got to color in all of these lines red, because before it was really stressing me out looking at these because it made my eyes kind of go like crazy. I'm also making the shoes gold to match the top, and I'm just shading them with some brown. And then I'm also using this like grayish, yellowish, so that way it's not a blinding white and it looks just better in general. And this dark colored pencil, it's making it so it's not as light either. It makes the gray a lot more muted and also just better looking. And now I'm going in with my gel pen. The reason I use a silver gel pen and not a white one is because the silver, when the lights hits it, it looks so much better. Like this just, it looks a lot nicer and a lot cleaner and more expensive than a regular white one. I also use gold. The gold, it's not as visible as the silver, but it still adds a nice touch to it. I always kind of go crazy on the gel pen just because I like the look of it. It makes the design look very clean and also kind of like more expensive and more, I don't know if I'd say professional, but just better. Originally, I wasn't going to use any gel pen because it's clowns. I always kind of think of like Party City costumes and they don't really have like gemstones and crap. But because it turned into more of like a circus idea, I feel like a circus is like very expensive and very like shiny. So I included a lot of it. And there is the finished drawing. I am signing it and adding in the background, and it is done. I honestly like how this one came out.
So here is the finished first drawing, but I was thinking, and I was like, you know what's more fun than drawing clowns? Becoming a clown. So, I'm gonna make myself a clown. It's not gonna be very pretty, but we're just gonna do it. I have my paints here. I have this sponge, because I don't want to ruin a paintbrush. Let me take this off. We're gonna use this to put white on my face. Oh, I need to put my hair up. I'm balding right here. It's really bad, you can see it. Okay. I don't have any face paint, so we're just gonna use the acrylic paint that I have. Okay. Got it open. Oh, this is gonna be great for my acne. Also, my eyebrows. I tried to do them this morning, and look how tiny this one is. Look how tiny that one is. That's terrible. This is what I was put on this earth to do. People are gonna be like, what did you do for winter break? I'm gonna show them this. This is horrifying. I mean, yeah. Okay, let's make my nose. For my nose, we're just gonna use a sponge, and we're gonna cut it into circles. Ooh, it hurts. It really hurts. Oh my gosh. Ow. Holy crap. Yeah?
Let me explain what just happened. What had just happened was my grandma came over and she walked in on me and I was like, ooh, face mask, face mask. This is not a face mask. Because how do you tell someone I'm painting myself as a clown for a YouTube video? That's weird. Now we gotta do this all over again. Yeah, and then you're probably thinking, well, how are you gonna attach it to your face? Double-sided tape. Put it right there. Yeah, let's do another one. Let's do one more.
Now we're gonna do red. So, as you can see, now I am what I was made to be in life, which is a clown. So, we're gonna finish drawing, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. I don't know. That was my other brother. So unfortunately, I had no idea that my face was cut off. I would like to apologize. I, Shane Yaw, am not a pedophile. Okay. Thank you for watching me make a fool of myself on the internet. Now we're gonna draw our other drawing, and it's gonna be great. We're gonna do great.
So here's the first drawing. Surprisingly, I did not accidentally make it time lapse, so you actually get to watch me sketch. I'm very basic on my poses. I like standing poses, I like walking poses, I like hands on hips, and that's about it. I always do the face directly after I draw the body. That's just kind of the way I work, because you need to see the kind of personality they have so you can put clothes on them. For this little clown girl, I decided on spades, and the braids I'm doing kind of look like spades, as well as the shoulder pads. I wanted to go with this kind of like ringleader, I guess, and that's why the kind of deconstructed suit look. I wanted to go more like Vegas showgirl and less ring circus leader lady, so I made it a lot more skin showing, which honestly I can't tell if I love or hate it, but it's done. So I've always loved this kind of silhouette, just like a corset with a piece of fabric behind it. It's nice, it shows leg, it shows a lot of body, and it's an attractive silhouette on like pretty much anyone. And now I get to ink it. I've always hated inking because it's the longest process and it's also the most tedious. With coloring and sketching, if you make a mistake, it doesn't really matter. But when you ink, it's permanent, and that's kind of always like really stressed me out. This drawing specifically was a lot of details because there wasn't a lot of clothes, so I had to find some kind of way to make the design interesting, and I was just adding a whole bunch of crap on it. So there's so many little tiny detailing, like all of these little beads just everywhere, and it took way too long. Like inking this one took I think it took me 2 hours, and that was just non-stop one take. I didn't think that this cape was going to be this boring looking, so I very quickly added some last minute details to it. It looked bad, but there wasn't really anything else I could do in this late into the process, so I just decided to do what I could and hope that no one will notice. I really wanted to translate this kind of Vegas showgirl aspect into it, so I did that with these tights, and I also did that with all the dangling beads. I feel like it adds like a lot of fun movement to it, and it just kind of emphasizes the performer aspect to it, which is important for this one specifically because, you know, I feel like ringleaders, like, they just kind of stand there and watch and don't do anything. Like, they're kind of like the lazy slobs of like the circus world. I say it like I've been to a circus, but I never have. I don't like the circus. I've never seen one, but it's like something about it just seems really boring. Maybe it's really fun. If there's like a circus performer watching this and they're like driving to my house to come jump me, I apologize, but that's how I feel. That's really just my honest opinion. I kind of wanted to stay away from the reds and the makeup, but I tried to do a really high contrast with this one. You can see that I used a kind of darker skin tone versus this really white face, and I think it turned out pretty decent. With the tights, I also wanted to make it a lot darker than the rest of the skin that was showing. And then when I was adding this gold, I realized that the skin tone was really far yellow. Like, it was looking like a jaundice baby, and I didn't really like it. I didn't fix it, but I would end up doing that like way off camera. Like, I literally think I did it yesterday, and I'll show the results right here, but it looks a lot better. I didn't even realize while drawing this, but I was adding a lot of red, and that was a big difference from this and the last drawing, was just the amount of red in this one. And if it's supposed to be a collection, I kind of want their color palettes to at least be similar enough so that you recognize them as the same thing. And I think they were, because of this like striped backdrop I did, but the amount of red, it was just far too much. And originally I was going to do the sleeves as red, but I knew I had to drop that pretty fast, so I changed them to the same kind of tan, yellow, gray color. I need to find a word for this color because I keep calling it tan, gray, yellow, and I just sound stupid. So, I mean, the color, it kind of reminds me of like sand, but I kind of hate the word sand. It also kind of reminds me of like an old lady, or like someone who's like really white, like really, really white, like an Amish person. Maybe that's what we should call it. Amish person color. That's what we're calling it now.
I have the mind of a I have the mind of a mastermind. What's that? I don't know, but you know, I'm so creative like that.
This middle section was looking really busy, and you couldn't tell where the shoes were and where the backdrop was, so I had to darken it really far. But now I'm doing the beading with this gel pen. You'll notice that I literally didn't use any gold at all, and I think that was pretty dumb because the last drawing had a lot of gold gel pen, and this one literally only had silver gel pen. So it's fine, it's whatever. And now I'm adding the shading on the bottom, I'm adding in the background, and we're done.
And there you have it. Both of our drawings are done. And I actually have them right here. Ooh, triplets. I mean, we're identical, really. Who's the prettiest one? Honestly, I like this one better. This one just overall just looks a lot better. But in terms of technique and neatness, it's gonna go to this one. This one, the lines are a lot better. The coloring is all together. On this drawing, you can see some of the lines are not even, and especially on the diamond pattern. The diamond pattern went off really far, and that wasn't great. But overall, I apologize. Overall, they're both pretty stinking good. I mean, can you do this? You probably can't. So don't be a judger. Spread love. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll make more. You'll love more. you'll be grateful for more. If you don't like, comment, and subscribe, I won't do this again. I won't paint myself again. I won't draw again. I won't do anything again. What will I do with my life? Probably nothing. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, and Pinterest. Make sure that you're following every single platform because my content on all of those is so unique and diverse that you're going to get a completely different feeling from each one. So it's important that you follow all of them. It's extremely important, extremely crucial. You must do it. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you want to see me as next. Let me know what you want me to draw next. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna go rethink my life, find a different hobby, and I'll see you later.